Hello viewers, in this tutorial we dive deep into mastering KingMoves in Draughts, revealing top secrets that will help you dominate the board. Let's get started. If you take a look at this position, I'm going to use this very simple game to analyze which position would your king be taking. We will analyze example games. We will see how your king should be moved. Alright, so let's get started. If you look at the position, black moves his king to square 18. Now, we need to look at the vertex of the position of the king over here. So, we have 38, 40, 20, and we also have 16, 36. So now, the key squares are 31, 41. We also have 43, 33, 32, 42. And then 34, 44, 45, 35. We have 25, 15, 14, 24, and 23, 13, 12, 22, 11, 21. One of these key squares will give you a good result. So you need to examine the position very well and then calculate which key square will give you the best results. So with this one, the crown can take this position. We can move to square 14. We can also move to square 23. The king can move to square 23. The king can also move to square 22. The king can move to square 11. The king can move to square 41. The king can also move to square 44. These are the moves the king can make in this particular position. So white king takes square 14. Black king takes square 22. So again, you need to analyze the position and look at which squares will give you the best results. With this information, we are going to apply it in a game to see the result we are going to have. But in doing so, in a game, you need to build a catching construction to capture your opponent king. You must have a plan in mind. In a game, you must have a plan to capture your opponent king if he has one. So let's look at the game. With this game, black kings moved to square 35 and white played 12-7. In this particular game, white needs additional king to be able to win this game. So he moved to square 7. And if you look at the position, we see that square 7 here is a key position. So we move to square 7. Then black moved the king to square 49. And white played 7-2. He has got another king here. With this, our plan is to capture the black king. So we need to build a construction that will help us capture this king to win the game. So he moved to square 27. And then white moved to square 35. If you look at the position, we see this 35 going to be a key square. So if you look at the position, we have the king here forms a square. The king here forms a square. With the square, we have the key squares. And this will also be a key square. 35 here will also be a key square. 25 is also a key square. So as you have your king here, your king can move to square 35. We can also move to square 34. But we are trying to build a construction that will help us capture the black king. So we pick this square here, key square here, 35. Then black moved to square 36. White to play 35, 49. So white moved to 49. And then black played 36, 47. White moves his king to square 1. And we know that this king here forms a square and another square, and the one here is a key square to the vertex of the square at 7, and we move to this position. The reason for moving to this square is to allow black to make a mistake, because if black move to pick any of the center squares here, then we can play 140 and then play 50, 39 to capture the black king. So that's why we maintain this diagonal line, so we don't move away from it. All right, and then black moved to square 36. White moved back to square 34. Then black moved to square 4. white will now move to square 43. White will move to square 43, and then black takes square 15, and white will move to square 39. White has now built this catching construction over here, because if black maintains this diagonal line, this line, white will capture the king. Now white has built this construction here and can easily win the game because black has no escape routes. So he played 15-4, and then white played 34-18 to capture the king. So this is the reason you need to build a catching construction when playing the game, and then you must know which key squares you need to move your kings to help you win the game. With this one, black moved to 41 because black will need additional king to be able to win this game. Black moved to 41, and then white played 39-34. Black moved to king as 46. Now white moved to square 1. Black played 46-28, and we know if we use the square diagram, we see that 28 is a key square. So we move to this key square. We move our king to this key square over here. When playing the game, we need to know which key square we need to take. Black takes this key square 28, and then white played 35-30. Black captures. White moves to square 6, and then again, these are the vertices of the square. 32, 22, 23, 33 are key squares. So we pick this key square. We take the square 32. Black takes square 32, and white moves to square 11. And then here we need to build a catching construction over here. We take the vertex here because the black king is at 35, and the vertex of the square will be 13, 33, 31, 41. And we know the key squares surrounding this position. So black decided to take the vertex of the square over here. The intention of black is to play 13-22 to capture the white king. White move back to square 6, and then black will play 13-22, and white king will be captured. Even if white moves his king to 44, black will play 32-23, and white will capture to square 20, and the king will be captured. And again, if white play 11-16, black will move his king to square 21, and white needs to capture to square 20, and black will win the game. It is very important that when you are playing the game, you build this kind of construction to capture your opponent's king. Alright, with this one, black played 11-22, white moved to square 19, and then black takes square 43. We know the reason black takes square 43, because 43 is a key square. So we move to 43. 42-2 is also a key square, so we can also move to 42. White played 19-32 with a threat to capture black piece at 43. And then black moved to king at 49. White moved his king to square 23, and then black played 46, taking this key square because the king here forms a square, and the 21 here, the key squares are 46, 26, 27, 17. So we need to move to this king. And if you look at this here, we also have these key squares. But the black piece at 49 cannot move to any of the key squares here. But we can move to square 38. We can also move to square 38 here. But we decide to take square 46, which is another key square to this vertex. White moved to square 29, and then black takes the key square here. The 29 here will form a square, and the 27 is a vertex, and then the key squares surrounding the vertex are 32, 31, 21, 22. So we move to this, and then white play 29-12. White moved to 12, and black moved to square 46, and then white played 12-7. Now black has to build the catching construction, so he played 9-13, taking this square because the white king here will form a square with 9, 29, 27, and the key square surrounding 9 are 13, 14, 4, and then 3. So black takes this key square over here, which is 13. So this move will help black to capture the white king. White move to square 1, and black takes another key square, 28, because the king at 1 here will form a square with 3, 23, 21, and then the key square surrounding 23 are 29, 28, 18, and then 19. So we can take this square 28 to threaten the white piece at 1. Our intention is to play 13, 18 to capture white king, and then white move to square 40. So if you look at the square 40 over here, this king here forms a square with 20, 18, and then 38, and the key squares surrounding this position are 23, 22, 12, and then 13. So we can move to the vertex of this key square to bring back the king to take any of this position, and then we give the king and capture the white king. So black needs to play 13, 18, and then the king will be captured. If white moves to square 6 will form a square with 8, 28, 26. The key square surrounding 28 will be 33, 32, 22, 23. In this case, black has two options. Black can move his piece to square 33, or can move his king to square 27 for a waiting move. So after white has captured the black piece at 28, black can play 32 to 28 to allow white to capture 2 pieces to square 9, and then the king will be captured. So in this case, if black play this, white will capture the piece and black will play 46, 28, and then the king will be captured. Or if black played 46, 32, white will capture it, and black will play 32, 28, and then the king will be captured. So it is important that when you are playing the game, you look at the key squares that will help you to gain a very good advantage in the game, and then you build a position that will put threats to your opponent's pieces. Thank you for watching this lesson. Now in our next lesson, we'll be looking at mastering drafts, analyzing Grandmaster's game. So we'll be picking some of the games in the world tournaments, and then we look at the best moves, blunders, and then mistakes and variations in the game. Keep watching my tutorials and see you in my next lesson. God bless you.